What's going on, everybody? Matt Kelvey from Suburban Canine. I've got a new 280x here. Now, first off, I'm not trying to sell anyone a collar. I could care less if you buy one. That's not what this video is about. You know, I love Dogtra collars. I saw this was coming out and I got excited about it. And I've also heard the same from a lot of other trainers. And everyone's been wondering, like, what's up with this collar? What's happening to the 280C? How different is this? I can tell you, when I found out it was coming out, I reached out to our Dogtra rep and asked to get one right away. So I've had this probably 3 weeks now. I've been playing with it. It's amazing. It's an awesome collar. And so I've got it here. I've also got a 280C. This is so different. There are so many differences that I want to walk you through. So let's just go kind of piece by piece through this collar. So, you know, it's a little different how it charges. You can see now it's like a USB charge. It's, you know, slightly different. Overall, I could really care less about that. So to me, not a very big difference there. It turns on and off different. We no longer have the little red buttons like we do on the 280C and some of the older Dogtra collars. There's an actual button on the collar. You push it here and you push the button on here and they turn on and off. So that's a difference. I kind of like that for clients because some people get like just weirded out by that red button and have trouble with it. I think people are gonna like having a button on there. So that's kind of cool. Now let's talk power for a minute. What I was told, so first off, this collar only goes to 100 as a top level and the 280C goes to 127. Don't get caught up on numbers because there's collars that go to 10 that are incredibly powerful, right? So 100 and 127 are just, they might be the same, they might be different, right? Like, don't get too caught up on the number. Now, this is supposed to be a more powerful collar. So that's what I was told, and that's what I saw that, and there's a chart Dogtra has that compares them, you know, and this is supposed to be more powerful than the 280C. To be honest, I don't see it. I've been playing with it a lot. Like, it's slightly more powerful, but at like a 30, I don't see much of a difference. So I put them both on my arm and tested them. To me, it seems pretty similar as far as numbers go. I mean, it is stronger, but not like, I don't think it's as different as the chart makes it out to be, which to me, it's not a negative because I like the 280C. I don't ever have a time where I think, man, I wish this thing had more power. It's already too much as it is. Okay, another big change is the pager. If you're a trainer, you probably feel the same way I do, that the 280C, the pager's powerful. And we all, you know, we end up with dogs who get more scared by the pager than they do by the stim level. And that's why we spend a lot of time. If you've seen our videos, when we acclimate a dog to the pager, we do it with lots of praise, lots of treats, because it's like, it doesn't hurt, it's just a vibration, but it can surprise them. It's kind of intense. Anyways, this is supposed to have a more powerful vibration, which I saw and I was like, oh man, why did you do that, Dogtra? Like, who needs more vibration? But I've checked them both and, you know, I don't know. Once again, I don't see much of a difference. So here, you know, here's the 280X and I hold it and I check the 280C. Yeah, maybe this one's a little more powerful. I don't see a big difference, but to me, that's not a knock. I don't see that and think like, oh man, Dogtra dropped the ball there. I didn't want it more powerful. So maybe it's marginally more powerful, but it's not. I was afraid it was gonna be crazy, and it's not. Okay, let's get into some of the really cool stuff, because there's some cool features. One is there's a tone. So that's been missing from Dogtra collars. I love the tone. I've been training a dog on this collar using just the tone instead of the vibration. It's awesome. A lot of dogs, like I said, are, you know, get fearful of the vibration. If you have a dog like that, just avoid it. Use the tone. And the dog's doing well on the tone. You know, absolutely loves it. So I think that's a great feature, pretty self-explanatory. There's also a light. That's awesome. So check this out. All right, I'm here at nighttime. It's obviously super dark out. I've got my dog in a downstay about 50 yards away. You can see the light blinking. That's just one push gets it blinking like that. I'm gonna go ahead and call him and I'm gonna put the light on continuous for a minute. Dash, come. So you can see now it kind of blinks constantly. Good boy, little man. And then I kind of turn that off and here he is, and it's, it's like a fireworks pyrotechnic show here. Good boy, okay, buddy. So you saw the light. That's been a pretty cool feature. I've been enjoying that. Let's talk about a couple of really neat things about this collar. So when I first got it, I didn't read the directions at first when I turned it on, and I was like, wait, Dogtra got rid of Nick and continuous because they're gone. I just see a correction button here, then I see a boost button, a pager button, a tone button, a light button. What happened? Well, what they did is they just changed it so you hold two buttons to kind of like, not permanently, but to set it on either continuous mode or Nick mode. You know, most trainers aren't going back and forth between them constantly. And if you are going back and forth between them constantly on the 280C, Dogtra already thought about that and they came up with a cool solution. So mine is right now on continuous mode, and you can easily change it to Nick if you want. But what they've done is, you can see mine is set to 20 right now. So if I push it, it's, the stim level is at 20. They also have a boost button. So what boost does is boost you set, and you do it by turning the dial down. This is all in the directions, but you turn the dial down to 0, you hold the boost button for a while, and then it goes into programming mode. And you can tell I want you to do whatever's the normal setting plus whatever. So I think I added 15. So here we're at 20. Now when I push boost, it goes up to 35 immediately. So what's super cool is you can dial this in for your dog. So you can get your working level, maybe that's a 20, and then you set your boost to your consequential level. And if you're not a trainer, all that really means is maybe 20 is enough, like your dog isn't listening because they got distracted by a squirrel, and 20, catches their attention. But now maybe like a dog starts a scuffle with them, like, whatever, like runs by, barks at them, that dog runs off, and now your dog wants to chase. Maybe you need something more intense. Well, now you go to your consequential level to catch their attention. So super cool, you can just do that. Very, very simple to set it however you want it. And I noticed if you're in Nick mode, when you go to boost, it's automatically continuous. So whether that's good or bad, I think that's probably good, but I don't use Nick a whole lot, so that's not a big deal for me, but just kind of be aware of that. It does have a lock on the dial, and once again, if I mess with the dial, so now I'm at 46, if I do boost, you're gonna see I'm at 61. It's automatically adding that 15 each time. And then on the dial, you can lock it in. So if you hold it, I'm at 20, and now a little lock thing popped up, and now it doesn't adjust. So I've never had it happen, but the worry is like it's in your pocket and somehow it goes up really high, and then you obviously could correct the dog and scare them. Don't want that happening. So now you can lock it. One reason in the past lock wouldn't be a cool thing is you might have to change the dial if you needed a correction at a higher level. Well, now they've taken care of that. So that's pretty awesome. This collar, another big thing, it's expandable. The 280C is only expandable if you get the 282C. So if you get a 280C, which is this right here, and you say, I want to add a collar, you can't do it. You had to buy the 282C to do 2 collars, which is pretty annoying, right? If you get a dog later on, you have to change. This is automatically expandable to 3 dogs, and you can see 1, 2, 3. And you can change the settings between them. So that's really cool. So if you have 3 dogs, you would just drop it down to dog number 2, page them, whatever, go to dog number 3, do whatever, go back to dog number 1. That's pretty nifty. So I like that it's expandable, that you just buy this and then you can, add a collar on later. And then it is pretty cool that you can pair a 280C collar to this. Now it can't do everything, like it doesn't have lights on it and it doesn't have the tone, but you can still use it. So that's pretty awesome. If you get one of these and you have a second dog, you can use an old collar you have laying around, which I think is pretty cool. So that is pretty much everything about this collar. I'm trying to keep this short and sweet. I could talk about this forever, but awesome. I highly recommend it. I really, really like it. If you have questions, reach out. We'd love to answer them, and we'd love to talk e-collars.